What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Phenomenal Wrestling Podcast. I am Zell, joined here with Nel and Synister, or Eric, or whatever the hell he is.
I'm PhenomeNel.
He is
You're
not.
PhenomeNel.
It's already been said, I am PhenomeNel.
You're not.
Nobody
PhenomeNel.
has ever said that.
You
other
can call
than
me
you.
PhenomeNel.
You cannot, because no one's going to call
Well,
you that.
in his defense, Shell said it's okay,
Shell said it was okay.
but it's still
I don't care.
majority.
It's 2 against 2.
Yeah.
You don't get to vote on your own
Of course
bill.
I do.
And then what happens if it's 50-50? It doesn't happen.
Oh my god.
There needs to be a majority.
Uh-huh.
The bill does not pass.
You lose.
You pitch the bill, you
Good
can't vote
day,
on the bill
sir.
because obviously you're pitching the bill.
I will make this bill great again.
You
Alright, Kanye.
get out.
Shell will not be joining us this week due to life things for people.
Fuck her.
Hey, be nice.
No, I don't care.
Me and Nell are currently without a vehicle.
Fuck driving.
Oh, well then.
Well, shit.
We have a lot to cover, so let's just hop right into it with Monday Night Raw.
All right, so they kicked off the show with the Bruno Sammartino.
Wow.
Sammartini.
San Martini.
Guess where my mind is.
2 olives.
Disrespect.
No, hold the olives. Just give me the booze. But no, they kicked it off with a tribute for Bruno Sammartino. It was actually a really nice tribute that they did with the whole roster out there, aside from Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar himself. Which after that tribute led to Brock and Paul Heyman segment with the usual. Heyman brings up Brock breaking the streak, taking Cena to Suplex City, calls everyone in the back wannabe tough guys, and brags about Brock busting Roman up. And then he goes on to say that the cage wasn't Roman's idea, that it was Brock's, where he requested Roman, and that Roman is going to come back to the United States as a former WWE superstar in multiple boxes. And after the Broctagon is finished with him. I love
the Broctagon.
He called him the Broctagon.
But I can't be PhenomeNel.
No.
No,
you
because
can't.
the Broctagon doesn't pass either. That bill doesn't pass.
Apparently it did.
Well, Paul Heyman does what Paul Heyman wants, and you sure as hell aren't Paul Heyman.
By the way, anyone take notice about the 15 Roman fans that they placed right in front of the cameras?
Yes, there was, and Paul Heyman.
He's
then
gone as
yelled
low
at them.
as fan placements now.
That's how
Well,
far we are.
There was actually a thing about that because I was watching a video and somebody said how they planted Roman Reigns fans, and then one of the fans like tagged it and is like, "Who planted me anywhere? Just because I fucking like Roman Reigns? Are you serious?" And I'm like, don't know if this is a work.
It's a work.
That's true too. I don't know.
Because they exist.
They do.
They do exist.
They're very
Roman
few
does
and
have
far
fans.
honestly, it isn't so much of the hate for Roman in himself. It's the hate what WWE is doing to Roman.
As I've said many a time.
And that's where what it comes down to. Like, they're building him up to be the next John Cena, the next face of the company. And then he's just getting shoved down everybody's throats. And that's why the problem comes from where the problem is. And it sucks for Roman because he had to be that guy, even though he didn't want to be that guy. But Vince does what Vince does.
McMahon.
Exactly. Which led to the interruption by Roman just to say that Brock's right. He doesn't know how he's going to get back, but he knows one thing. He's coming back with the title.
Believe that.
And threw down the mic and left.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get his ass beat for the first time in
You know, this was
forever.
just as similar as the first time these two guys met each other. It was Brock and Roman tug of war over the belts.
Yep.
This was almost like that, except they didn't do that stupid thing.
My belt.
In reality, it's the Architect's belt.
In all reality, it is Finn Balor's belt.
Oh my god. Yeah, but he's not over.
OVER. Over. Talking about over, that led to...
That segment was over.
the next match, which was Elias and Bobby Roode. Which, honestly, Bobby Roode pretty much dominated the whole match. And then
he walked with Elias.
He slipped up and walked with Elias. Elias pulled him into the apron and then rolled him up. Which, Bobby Roode was like, okay, I see how you're going to play. And I kind of want to see where this is going to go going forward. Because I feel like they can put on a great segment together.
Who would be the heel?
Obviously, it's going to be Elias.
Yeah, but...
Because Bobby Roode right now is a face, not
unfortunately.
a heel.
Yeah, but Elias is the heel, but he gets more cheers than Bobby Roode does.
Rusev.
That's true, too.
It's all about how they book them. And
we're in the age of we boo the good guys, we cheer the bad guys.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And after that was the match between the Ascension and Awoken Matt and Bray.
Oh, the poor Ascension.
Dude, I felt so bad. I was like, oh, sweet, the Ascension. Awesome. And then...
Buried.
You should have known the moment they came on screen. Oh, the Ascension.
No, I thought this was gonna be something new because they got drafted. They're in this new brand now. They're on the main show, as they call it, the A show. Great. Who will they be challenging up against? Oh, good. It's Bray and Matt. Well, fuck it.
Exactly how that went, because Ascension got destroyed bad. Which is, but also you have to think about it. Matt and Bray had to look strong going into Friday.
But it's different from looking strong to squashing your opponent.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, if you're going to squash, have them destroy jobbers or something. Not the Ascension jobbers, like local jobbers.
Exactly. If you're going to give a team like that who's been buried since they've come up from NXT, to bring them to a new brand is for them to redo what they are. And just to have them job out, it just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. And that's what Corey Graves brought up during the match. Corey Graves said about how great Ascension was over in NXT, and it just seemed to lose its luster once they came up to the main roster, and they haven't been able to find that same kind of success.
Why?
Yeah.
Because they tried to turn them into something that they're not, which was a legend tag team.
Yeah.
With the paint and all that shit. Yeah. Ding, ding, ding.
Pretty much. But, like we said, squash match was over pretty quick, which led to the newest talk show on Monday Night Raw, the KO and Sammy show.
Yeah, they got a talk show.
What?
They had to fill in the void for Miz TV.
Before we start this segment, we must start this off with a song. You suck. No? Neither of you?
Oh, okay. You suck.
You genuinely didn't get it?
You suck.
You suck.
Alright, now let's bring out our general manager.
You know that's exactly how it went too. Oh, when they were singing along to that song, Sami Zayn was so off because Kevin Owens would be like, "You suck." Sami Zayn would be like, "You suck."
Yeah. Go figure, you're Sammy.
Yeah, you were playing the part.
Congratulations to a no career.
Sorry. Congratulations to a guy being actually in shape.
Who gets titles? Who hasn't held a single title on the main roster?
I'm just generic.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Oh.
I see what you did there. But it led to them calling out Kurt down to the ring as being the first guest on the KO Sammy show.
The Cammy show?
The Cammy show, it should be, honestly. But before that happens, KO asks if Sammy knows why it's called the Greatest Royal Rumble event, and lists multiple things, but one of which stuck out. It is because Lana finally allowed Rusev to face The Undertaker, is what Sammy said. And KO was like, no. But he was like, Greatest Royal Rumble match, we're going to prove why we're the greatest. They go on to insult Kurt on multiple occasions and say he needs this job. He has, 5 kids? KO tells him, hey, you forgot one to Sammy. And he was like, you forgot Jason Jordan. Sammy says, oh yeah, Kurt forgot for a while too. That was like...
And that's when the fans are like, oh!
Shit! Ouch! Then they said they wanted to be rewarded for them being the biggest attraction during the draft. Kurt says he'll award them at the Greatest Royal Rumble because he's in it, so is DB, and Chris Jericho. But tonight they are
got a
teaming up
reward.
against Lashley and Braun Strowman. Which we know how that is going to end up going because it's Lashley and Braun Strowman.
Braun.
Exactly. After that segment, because they were somewhat pissed off about who their opponents were, led to a backstage segment with Curtis Axel
Curlaxis.
and
Claxis.
Bo Dallas.
Dallas.
Bo Dallas and Curlaxis.
And they're just talking to Seth, and then they unzip their jackets, and they're like, burn it down. They're like, yeah, we can, like, totally recreate the new Shield. That didn't go over well. It ultimately led to Seth Rollins walking away. Poor Bo and poor Curtis. But fun thing about that, I was reading an article about Bray Wyatt actually gave them an open invitation.
Yep, he tweeted him.
To come and join the Wokens. That's what I'm calling them. They're Wokens.
The Wilkins.
I like to call it the Woken family.
Yep. I like it.
Me
The
too.
Woken family.
The Woken family. Which, that would be great for both of them, which people have wanted to see Bray with his little brother for a long time.
Honestly, that he could make them something that WWE has been failing to do.
Well, they were something with the Miz Taraj.
They were, but they ruined that by shipping the Miz away separately.
Mm-hmm.
After that led to the match between Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre against
Ooh.
Titus Worldwide.
Say it right.
Worldwide?
Better.
They decimated them.
Yeah.
They decimated them hard, and I love the Claymore into zigzag finisher.
The zigzag needed something anyway, so the Claymore definitely helps, but Dolph can still get something else.
Yeah.
He definitely can, because he was using the super kick for so long, and other than Shawn Michaels, Dolph has one of the best super kicks, though. What?
I think it's Shawn and then Adam Cole.
Ooh.
Who?
Adam Cole, baby.
There we go.
Oh my god. But no, that's definitely a debate.
Yeah,
Adam Cole's
that is.
super kick. Oh my god.
He does have a clean super kick.
Yeah, he does.
Those all those parties with the Young Bucks.
But
Legit.
the resilience factor of Dolph Ziggler is why I'd have to give him the edge, just because it's basically Shawn Michaels. The way he does the super kick and then body lands on them for the pin,
Yeah.
like Shawn used to do.
Yeah.
And who's more perfect than Dolph Ziggler to fill that hole?
And that's why Trips doesn't want him to do a damn thing.
Yep. But that led to an amazing promo.
Yes, Drew.
Dasha asked Ziggler why he brought Drew with him. He said that since day one, no one has ever had my back. And now I got him watching my back. That man right there is dangerous.
Facts.
That's when Drew grabbed the mic. And then
He's right.
goes to say, I am dangerous. I'm especially dangerous to a locker room that's gone soft.
Preach, you Scottish bastard.
I walk around, I see no fire, no ambition, people just collecting checks, and it makes me sick. This is what a superstar looks like. This is how a superstar speaks. And I have all the credentials in the world to back it up. And you can trust me when I tell you that times are changing. I'm not what WWE wants. I'm the wake-up call and reality check this place desperately needs. I
Q and
lost my shit.
Q and Ziggler saying how
We don't give a damn about stealing the show because this right here, this is the show.
Facts.
And honestly,
Fire.
they are taking over Monday Night
Fire.
Raw.
Finally putting Ziggler in a position where he could do something. And McIntyre, who's already great.
hell yeah, so good.
So goddamn good. Like you said, that promo was fire.
I can already see how this is going to go. They're going to build up the team. They'll most likely win the titles, but after a while, people are going to chant more for McIntyre than Ziggler, and then Ziggler's going to be like, no, I'm the show, not you. And there's the split. Drew goes face, They fight.
Eventually,
Drew goes
eventually
over.
that will happen. But I see this team going on for a while.
Oh, of course. I'm not saying anytime soon, but I'm saying that's the story arc right there.
Yeah, I agree.
I forgot if someone said it or if I read it somewhere, but they had the same exact thought I did, where Dolph will be in the mid-card title picture while McIntyre is going on to face like whoever's Universal Champion. And it makes more sense that way. Because at the end of the day, we know what Dolph signed up for with his new contract. He's not going to be getting main title pushes. And I would love to see them win both those titles and then take the tag titles and hold all the gold on Monday Night Raw.
Do you think so?
I don't see two people monopolizing Raw. If it was like a faction of 4, that's a whole different story.
I could see it happening with them too.
I can not see that happening.
Unless there's more members to this thing.
But that's also what we have to wait for.
Yeah.
I see this building something. What? I don't know. But it's building up to something big. And I'm loving every minute of this because of Dolph and Drew.
It's like when I turn on Raw, the two big things I want to see is that strum on the guitar, or when they say, ladies and gentlemen, Elias. And the second thing I want to see is Drew McIntyre with his brand new theme and Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, we'll talk about new themes later.
Who won the new theme?
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
He ran away.
After that, actually led to another backstage segment with Kurt and Chad Gable. Gable was thanking Kurt for everything and for having faith in him. And then Jinder
Kurt's real
interrupts.
son.
Kurt's real son.
Jinder interrupts and gets mad at Kurt for making him defend his title last week when he was supposed to be celebrating by being welcomed there.
I'm celebrating my one Singh brother not being dead.
And then to send Jeff to SmackDown with his title. And that when he gets that title back at the Greatest Royal Rumble, he wants to be sent back to SmackDown. And Kurt basically told him, get fucked, bro. That's not happening.
Sawed off your bike, mate.
And Jinder says, do I have to talk to Stephanie? And that's when Gable cut in and was like, no, you need to have some respect. And Jinder...
Gable's magically a face.
I cracked up because Jinder like took it back and he was like, have we met? Oh, wait. You've been working out, huh? You're the little kid that won the tag team champions with Braun Strowman at WrestleMania.
Then he's like, shouldn't you be in school?
He was like, shouldn't you be in school? Isn't it past your bedtime? And he was like, oh, wait, no, it can't be. Mini-Me just passed away this week.
Oh, man.
Too soon.
Way too soon. But Gable shoved him, and then Kurt said they need to go and handle that into the ring. And once again, Jinder was being Jinder, but Gable got the upper hand and did like the running kick off the turnbuckle and pinned his shoulders down for the 3 count.
Which I noticed when I saw that match, like, once he did the flip and he counted it into the pin, the ref counted 1, rose his hand back up, and then Jinder started fighting to kick out. Like, he was just prone for the first count, and then he was like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to make it look like I'm trying.
Yeah. He goofed.
Yeah, he did.
He definitely goofed. Which, this has me very interested though, because what if they do swap the titles back to the other brands?
It's definitely possible, because you still have Backlash coming up on top of it.
Exactly. Because, my thing also is Randy Orton won the #1 contender.
For Backlash.
So, I'm gonna kind of feel really, really bad for Jeff Hardy. Because poor Jeff. Throw him a bone. Let him hold it for a while, and then have him beat AJ Styles or something for the WWE title.
That was a radical scale.
Listen.
Or have him face Shinsuke Nakamura.
Get punched in the dick, bruh.
That's his new signature move, by the way. It's called the Shinsuke low blow. It's the
I heard it was called the
Cockshasa.
I heard it was called the
Cockshasa.
P-nominal forearm.
Phenomenal.
The peen. Damn. Right in the peen.
Yeah.
Which also then later on led to the whole Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel again. But this time trying to get Finn Balor to accept them. And possibly create a new Bullet Club.
Balor Club.
Sorry. Balor Club. Which also Finn had a hard pass. Very hard pass. After that segment was actually the Gable match. And then it was Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley versus KO and Sammy, where
They got in more offense than I thought they would.
they did, but at the same time, you're putting KO and Sammy against the two people that you know are just going to destruct. They're just going to destroy everything in their way. Which I'm still waiting to find out what Bobby Lashley is here for.
Well, the thing with Raw is Raw has literally been stuck because they're holding everything off for this Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So they have done nothing.
No, see, and that's the problem, because last week when Nell and I were at Raw, they put on the Titantron, it was a backstage interview before we got there, where they said that Bobby Lashley was going to be telling us why he's there.
And he did nothing.
Did absolutely nothing. The match ended. Him and Braun Strowman were just walking around like the barrier, signing autographs. Mm-hmm. And we got nothing of no reason. And I'm like, what the hell?
I thought we were going to get something this week when they announced that match being Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Braun and Bobby Lashley. I thought Bobby was going to like spear Braun or do something to Braun. Like maybe this is why he's here. I don't know why that would make sense, but
You'll get your answers
eventually.
after Backlash.
Probably.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. I don't want to wait that long, but it is what it is.
Another 2 weeks.
Then there was supposed to be a match with Baron Corbin and No Way Jose. Corbin was disgusted and very annoyed because of after Jose's dancing entrance and told him, "You just aren't on my level," and left to go backstage.
Oh, he also said how he was like, I'm not going to have your conga line jump me.
Anyone notices how Baron talks? He's like, "Hey, no way, Jose. I'm not gonna go out there."
I think it's the country in him. I really think it's
Oh
the
my
country in
god.
him.
Or too many head knocks while trying to be a football star.
Maybe.
See, when he grabbed the mic, because at first No Way Jose came out, I was like, he's fighting Corbin? Oh god, why build up Jose just to bury him to Corbin? And then Corbin grabbed the mic and I was like, nope, Corbin's about to bury himself. And then I didn't mind his promo. Mm-hmm. And then, he left, No Way Jose danced out, and he got his ass beat.
Yeah. See, now my thing with this is, why are you rekindling this feud? They did this in NXT.
But they always do this.
Yeah, they have callbacks every now and again.
They always do this.
It's just, why for me? Just why?
Because Vince doesn't watch NXT.
He should! Take notes from Triple H!
Well, Triple H literally sits right next to him in meetings, giving him ideas, and he's like, oh no, I hate your ideas, Trips.
Well, he needs to open his eyes, because what's the better brand? What is the actual A brand right now?
My big toe?
What? Your toe's not a brand.
You don't know that.
I'm concerned. I need an adult.
My big toe is an adult.
I need a more adulty adult.
My other big toe is an even more adulty adult.
I need a more adultier adult.
Nelson's an adultier adult.
That is bullshit. Lies and slander.
But NXT is the better brand.
Thank you. NXT is the A show, and then coming up rapidly is 205 Live becoming a B show.
Meh.
And then putting SmackDown at C and Raw at D. Unfortunately. But Raw definitely was much better this week than SmackDown, in my opinion. just because of certain situations that happened on SmackDown. But that then led to another PSA from Alexa Bliss about being bullied, and another story. It's just getting
This
old.
is just as bad as Nikki Bella cutting a promo on Brie.
Piggy James. Do you remember the whole Piggy James
Oh
thing?
yeah,
a while
yeah,
back?
yeah. I remember that too.
Like, I'm surprised it's still going. Like, it fits Alexa's character. It works for them, but I'm like, unless she just gets squashed again at Backlash, and then this ends, I don't know what else you're gonna do.
I don't know. I have no idea what, because it would have made sense for her to get drafted.
I think Alexa's just lost right now. That's the truth, and eventually everyone's just gonna get lost. Once Shayna gets called up and Ronda's like destroying everyone, it's just gonna be them too.
Honestly, what I would like to see them do, because they have so much women now, I feel like they need to give the women their own brand.
No.
Why?
Tag team division.
Oh my god.
I see. I don't believe in that for the women's division
Same.
because there's not enough for that. But if they give them their own brand and get a mid-card women's title in there, it makes more relevance for them.
That's true. You know what's funny too is that they were announcing. Triple H said, "You know these girls have done everything. They've done everything.
Except for
The
one.
only thing they haven't done is main event WrestleMania."
Yep.
And I was like, "Oh, fuck off!"
You know what the rumor is for that, right?
What?
Ronda
versus
Rousey.
Ronda.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why they gave Charlotte the streak.
Listen, I'm all about this whole movement for the women and the women division and all that stuff. Have them getting their own brand would be an awesome idea. I don't know. People travel all over the world to go see WrestleMania, and your main event is Charlotte against Ronda.
I'm not knocking it until I see how Ronda develops.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't know.
Like, give me till SummerSlam, and then I'll be like, I like this or I hate this.
Yeah.
I think it should be a main event.
But that's the problem. Because WrestleMania was her first actual WWE match, and we haven't seen her fight since.
Yeah.
Backlash is Sunday after, not this upcoming, the following.
Should be on Backlash.
She'll do something.
There's this whole story with Natalya. I can
Yeah.
see like a tag team.
Oh.
Eventually Natalya's gonna turn on Ronda.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the plan from what I've been hearing.
Mhm.
Rumor is that it's going to lead to Natalya turning, because Natalya is a great heel.
Natalya's like the Big Show when it comes to face heel, face heel, face heel.
Yeah.
You think Natalya's a great heel?
I don't think so.
I think she's a better heel than she is a face.
Oh god, no. She's much more of a natural face, in my opinion.
I missed her first gimmick when she used to walk around backstage and just fart.
What's the next segment?
The next was actually the Seth Rollins and Finn Balor ended up facing the Miztourage. I love how they still call them the Miztourage. It was a squash match.
And still play with his music.
Rollins hit the curb stomp and dragged Curtis Axel, tagged Balor for the coup de grace, and 1, 2, 3. It's what everybody anticipated happening. Like, they got squashed. Which then led to the main event
Okay, stop yawning.
of the night. And
It's so freaking hot.
that was
Pooping backstage.
the 10 women's tag match. Once again, night being ended with a tag match.
A tag team match.
Leo?
Holla, holla.
There wasn't much that happened in the match because it broke down a little bit.
It broke down before it started. Do you know that match started at like 11:01 after the entrances were done
Yeah.
and the commercial break was over? It was 11:01 and the match just started.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes.
Yeah, it ended up breaking down. Mickey James attacked Natalya and then kept beating the crap out of her. So like Ronda Rousey came to.
I actually did think she tore her ACL for a second when she fell out of the ring, because the way she got hit, the way her
Yeah.
leg bounced, I was like, oh boy.
Great acting.
But then they hit her again, and I was like, all right. What's Natalya? She's one of the best women in the ring.
She is, and she just kept attacking her. Ronda Rousey came to save her. Then Mickey James made the mistake of doing a baseball slide into the back of Ronda. Ronda got pissed, went into the ring.
The Ronda Mean Mug.
Mickey went to go kick her. Ronda reversed it, put her in an armbar, which ended up being a DQ for the faces.
Yep.
Unfortunately. And she tapped out rather quick.
I mean,
Yeah. She has a mean armbar.
she's a mean face. Imagine that face staring at you trying to break your arm.
I'd probably be turned on by it.
Oh my lord.
But that was the end of Raw. I feel like we haven't seen anything good for an ending since before WrestleMania at this point.
That Raw was like a solid 4 out of 10.
And SmackDown was a 3 out of 10.
SmackDown was like a 1. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, where do these people go to talk? Jesus Christ.
I actually like SmackDown better than I liked Raw. Solely for the fact that they're actually going somewhere.
That's okay. I agree.
Solely for that
the story is continuing.
Yes, Raw is doing...
Raw's a little bit lost in
Yes.
translation.
See, I feel like Raw is just trying to build stories at this point.
Yeah, but I mean...
Because the only story that they have to run with is the Roman Brock story.
But as of right now, it seems like the Saudi Arabia thing is a SmackDown pay-per-view. Because SmackDown is like focusing on that more often than Raw is. Raw is like, oh yeah, okay, great. Yeah. Alright, see you later.
Raw has that, or has all the other things that have almost nothing to do with Saudi Arabia or even Backlash, and they're all just kind of there.
Yeah.
They haven't started really building towards anything other than, let's see,
Exactly,
they started the
yeah.
Bobby Roode thing.
Yeah.
We'll see if that goes anywhere. Jinder seems to slowly be getting a storyline, but other than that, what else are they
the
doing?
only things that we have from Raw is Roman and Brock.
Yep.
And we have the Wokens versus the Bar.
Yep.
But even that's not really a story because we know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the Bar got drafted.
Yeah.
Well, we will address that. Because on SmackDown, started with the graphic for Bruno Sammartino.
Yep.
Started with that. And The Miz opened the show with Miz TV. And he cuts a rather long promo, actually. A little bit too long. About the heat between him and Daniel Bryan and how he wants to bury the hatchet. Because, you know, he had a daughter and he's a changed man. And Bryan should have been that way when he saw Birdie. But I guess he's not as close as him and his daughter. But whatever.
I thought he was going to drop something bad on his daughter. I was like, oh boy.
Don't do it. Brie will kill you. But then, Big Cass comes out. Which, I felt like the suit was a little bit too small for Big Cass. Because when he sat down, his suit came up to, like, his freaking kneecaps. But,
His suit was the same size as his promo.
Trash. He probably got it out of a dumpster.
I didn't know trash was a size.
You either got small trash or big trash. Big Cass is big trash.
Damn.
I don't think like that. I like where he went with his promo.
Do you know interesting thing too? They had this on Facebook. They're like, if you take two wrestlers and swap what they're doing, it would make sense for both of them and better both their storyline. What they picked was Drew McIntyre and Big Cass swapping. So Big Cass would be with Dolph, and Drew McIntyre would be this like heel on SmackDown that can't stand Daniel.
I could see that.
I could see that working out for both of them because
see,
Big Cass wouldn't have to talk, and Drew McIntyre could just smoke Daniel Bryan on the mic.
See, that's why. Because they want Big Cass to get confident and not need somebody.
Yeah.
Because he needed Enzo.
That's
yeah,
true.
so they're trying to put it over. That's the only way he's gonna get better. Which at the same time, like I said, it wasn't great, but I don't think it was all that bad. He came out, said, you know, Daniel Bryan reminds him of him when he was little, and when he was little, he got beat up on.
But like the reason why he doesn't like Daniel Bryan because it reminds him of him.
He doesn't like Daniel Bryan because he basically is like, you know, I don't see what the fuss is about Daniel Bryan. He's just this little guy who doesn't do anything. I am a 7-footer
And
who
you
will
can't
beat your
teach
ass.
that.
The crowd did say that. He's like, and I grew to be 7 foot tall, and then he paused, and you heard the crowd. And you can't teach
He should
that.
never have paused. He should have just went on.
He should have
with
just kept going.
Yeah.
But I like that this is kind of developing into a 3-way feud So we have
Yeah.
time to build up to Daniel Bryan fighting The Miz.
Because Daniel Bryan against Big Cass is going to go over. But I think he's going to go
I,
over.
I
I think he's
so.
going over with The Miz's interference.
Yes, exactly. And that will cause this triple threat that they're trying to build towards.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll see how long that goes.
Mm-hmm.
But, we'll figure that out. Which then, it cut back to backstage with Asuka and Becky Lynch getting ready for their match, and it shows a shot of DB on the ground, clutching his shoulder, I believe it was, because he's been attacked. I wonder who did it. Must have been that darn
Who?
Drew McIntyre.
Who?
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 Woo!
Well, the show does return, and it's Becky Lynch and Asuka, technically debuting on SmackDown Live Asuka against the Iconics.
This match pissed me off.
Hold on. The promo by the Iconics.
Oh my god.
They
Come on.
are so obnoxious. That's what they're going for.
I don't know anymore. I really don't know.
That's been their whole gimmick since
That was
NXT
like
too,
pulling teeth
to be obnoxious.
to understand the hell they were saying.
Oh, I understood.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You probably just couldn't take your eyes off of freaking Peyton's new puppies.
Like I said, I'm not a puppies person.
Well, they cut their basic overbearing promo mocking Becky Lynch, which I found hilarious. Eric, not so much.
I felt attacked. And the promo wasn't even on me. Don't you little floozies dare speak about Becky Lynch in that tone again.
Well, they're going to, and it's going to be great. So the match went on, kind of what you expect. Asuka and Becky Lynch put on most of the offense. I assumed that one of the Iconics was going to be tapping out to Asuka, but no. Peyton rolls up. Bay rolls up Becky Lynch and pins her with her feet on the ropes.
After a distraction by Billy Kay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I almost said Bailey for some reason.
Bay pins Bay.
Bay pins Bay.
Which made me so pissed because once again,
You gotta build something. You can't have the Iconics come in and just lose. It's not gonna start anything. They
had freaking Billy lose last week.
Okay, well that was Charlotte.
Okay, have Billy freaking lose
Charlotte, Becky Lynch. No offense.
Okay,
the way they
hold on. Peyton Royce, Billy Kay.
Okay, I agree.
That's why Peyton got the roll-up win.
But-
or the other.
You know what?
than
I'm
Billie
pissed
Kay.
off about that too. I was watching this streaming because I was playing games too. But I was streaming it, and people were saying how Billy Kay has more talent than Peyton Royce. I'm like, are you high? Like, there's no way Billy Kay has more talent than Peyton Royce. Eric.
No, she doesn't. Like, don't get me wrong. I like Billy Kay,
I like Billy Kay too.
Yeah.
but Peyton Royce is light years ahead of where Billy Kay is. Which is weird because they grew up together. They've been wrestling together. They went to high school
Contracts
together.
everything.
Like
together.
they have done everything together, but clearly it shows who puts in the work and who doesn't.
And you know what too is I like this group a lot. I can see in the future. Remember how Lay Cool?
Yeah, I saw them getting comparisons to Lay Cool. And
If
what was
they
Lay
win
Cool?
the belts,
Obnoxious.
And if they win the belts and split the belts in half, that'd be so awesome.
Oh my lord! But they won.
Mm-hmm.
There was also a thing uploaded to WWE.com where they got interviewed, and they were like, whatever that was. They used. I'm trying to remember what they said there was. They said they won by nefarious means, and they're like nefarious. It must be good. It sounds like a big word. All this means is we're better than Asuka. And then they like, let's go get some cake. Let's go celebrate. And
They are probably the best female SmackDown has right now. They've beaten Becky. They've beaten Asuka. They've beaten Charlotte.
They didn't beat Asuka.
Well, think about how they rationalized it. They said they beat up Charlotte, who the night before, not the night before, the couple days before, beat Asuka, who that night they helped Carmella beat Charlotte. Therefore, they beat Charlotte, which meant they beat Asuka, which means They're better than Asuka.
They're literally better than everyone because if they beat Asuka, Asuka's beating up everybody
Except for Charlotte.
except for Charlotte.
Except for Charlotte.
But I mean, the Iconics.
But they beat up Charlotte.
Yeah. The Iconics are better than Charlotte.
But if you want to get technical on this, Asuka's about to kill both of them.
Well, there was also another WWE.com upload with Becky and Asuka backstage, and Becky's like, I'm sorry, I made you lose on your SmackDown debut, and Asuka's like, don't worry about it, we'll get him next time. And Becky's going to get her shoulder checked, and she walks by Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, and Mandy Rose is like, can you believe that Becky Lynch was SmackDown's first woman draft pick? Can you believe that Becky Lynch was their first women's champion? Look at her now. She doesn't do anything other than lose.
Wow.
And they are just ripping
Holy
into
crap,
Becky.
I didn't see that. Did you see that?
As she's standing there. It was WWE.com.
Oh my
upload.
god.
And she's just standing there with the sourest look on her face. And then
Eric is appalled right now.
she chimes in. I don't remember what she said, but then they're like, "Oh, Becky, we didn't see you there. Sorry, blah blah blah." And Becky's basically like, "Get the fuck out of here."
See, what I did see, this is 2 weeks in a row now that I saw Becky do this. This is why I love her to pieces, because she's so freaking adorable, and she's such a goof. So last week there was a post of her eating backstage while Charlotte was about to get jumped again by the Iconics. She puts the food down and was like, "Oh hell no, not on my watch," and goes to sprint away and yells at everyone backstage not to eat her food. I identify with you on so many levels, Becky.
Maybe if she focused on the in-ring work more than the food.
Yeah, Peyton should do that too.
Sorry, who got the win?
Who got pinned? So now, this led to...
Wait. But that also led to Becky this week. After her match, she went backstage, and Naomi went to go comfort her, and she was like, "Even when I lose, I know you'll always be there for me." Goes for a hug for Naomi, and she has her bowl right behind Naomi's head. I lost my shit.
Too focused on that food, girl. I see you. So now, speaking of Naomi, this leads to a backstage segment with the Usos.
Oos!
No. And Naomi. And Jimmy, the one who's... Jimmy tells Naomi, you need to not come to ringside because these men will kill you. And she's like, nah, I'm not promising nothing because I'm going to kill them if they kill you. Good luck, Naomi. That ass can't suffocate everyone. Which leads to the match, Rowan with Harper versus Jimmy with Jay. The match breaks down relatively quick. And then Naomi comes out doing her full entrance. Booty popping and everything.
She booty popped
at the top of the ramp. Yep. They got distracted. They rolled up Rowan, which I'm not surprised Rowan's the one who got pinned out of the two in their singles matches. And they got the win. Sad to say, Naomi won't be there in Saudi Arabia.
Nope.
So I think the Usos are going to die.
Yep.
Yeah. Rip. See, she won't be there, but they could play her theme still.
I don't think they're going to fall for the same trick, especially if she's not there.
Yeah.
Because it's they know she's not there. She physically can't be there.
Or maybe Nell's dreams will come true and Roman will interfere.
It won't happen.
He knows.
I'm just going to stop.
Have you accepted fate?
I don't want to.
Just like you don't accept fate about Becky Lynch?
What are you talking about? She's amazing.
That's not what I said.
What am I accepting here?
The fact that they're doing nothing with Becky Lynch.
I know they're not. They're burying that poor, precious child.
Speaking of the women's division, next was the contract signing.
Oh my god.
Carmella came out, and she healed as heel could heal.
Yeah, I kind of liked this. I hated it the first time, but as I watched it a second time, it was pretty good. Especially when she was like, all right, all you guys are going to, after this is over, you're going to get up and cheer this time. And when we keep doing this over and over.
She played her package once, nobody cheered, and then she said that, and she started playing it again. And I'm sitting here like, are we going through this a second time?
And
for real?
I was sitting there furious. I'm like, Charlotte, please, interrupt this. I'm begging you.
Which, all the while, she cut an amazing heel promo.
Yeah.
Charlotte finally came out, Which also, they're giving Renee Young a lot more work to do.
Yeah, I like that.
I wouldn't say a lot more work.
Compared to what she was doing.
It's better than just backstage.
I wouldn't say a lot more work because she's just so fed up with everybody's shit at this point too. Because they keep interrupting her.
Yeah. Did you notice her too? She was like, Carmella, please sit down.
Yep.
Please relax. Like, this chick is about to beat the crap out of Carmella and turn full-fledged woman.
I think that Dean's doing something wrong at home. And she's just taking it out on everyone.
Or he's doing something right.
Maybe it's time for Renee to lace up.
I think he's stroking to the left when she wants him to stroke to the right. I don't know.
Or maybe she's stroking the wrong way.
So, they have the segment. Charlotte says nothing. Not a single word. And Carmella has the title in her face saying, I'm the champ, teasing her like a basic heel. Also, like a New Jerseyan. Because, God, they're obnoxious.
Yeah.
Charlotte signs it. Carmella keeps pushing, and Charlotte flips the table into Carmella's face. If you actually go back and look at the screen cap, the table is in her face. Like, flat on her face.
I saw Charlotte trying to reach for Carmella's head.
Yeah, she banged her head on the table.
Completely. And then Carmella puts herself into the table.
She can't miss flipping the table at that point.
I guess not.
Then, Charlotte goes to the back. Carmella is pissed with another WWE.com segment. Renee catches up with Carmella, and Carmella's just like, what? And Renee's like, you didn't actually sign the contract.
Yeah.
So Carmella aggressively takes it, signs it, and storms off because Carmella is upset. But now, back to the actual show, we then got Shelton Benjamin about to face off against Jeff Hardy, but just like last week, Jeff Hardy swapped with Randy Orton. Another really good match because these two the same thing. They have a lot of chemistry being in that OVW class of 2002. And you thought Randy was going to get the win. Ho, ho, ho. You were gravely mistaken.
I actually thought Shelton was going to win this.
Shelton did get the win after a Singh brother interference. Mm-hmm. Singh brother chop blocked Jeff Hardy. Randy got distracted with the Singh brother. Randy got hit with pay dirt. Shelton wins. I really want to see where this goes. I would really hope for a triple threat between these three. Because the match that those three can put on would be great.
Mm-hmm. It would be. And there was I liked the storytelling going forward there, too. When it was Shelton and Randy on the outside by the announce table. And Randy pretended like he was going to throw Shelton into Jeff.
And Jeff's like, whoa, man. Calm down, bro. Now, this also led to a backstage segment with the New Day. And they're pushing their book. They have a book.
I guess they found something else?
The Book of Booty.
I'm gonna buy
First page, Naomi.
I mean, I do think she has the biggest ass.
Are you kidding me?
Probably.
Naomi's booty is gonna be the first 3/4 of that book.
Her first chapter, Naomi.
But they're, toasting to their book, and then the Bar show up. And they say how they're not going to be on SmackDown long because they're going to win the titles and go back to Raw. I didn't know that's how this was working.
Yeah, because whoever wins, the titles stay at their brand.
Yeah.
So if someone wins the title, they technically go over to that brand. It doesn't swap. Did you know that?
So if that happens with the Bar, SmackDown just lost draft picks.
Yeah, if that happens with the Bar goes to Raw.
But the chemistry you see between the New Day and the Bar, it shows. It was a kind of comical segment. But, alas. Then there was a video package for Sanity, Eric Young, Killing Dane, and Alexander Wolf. No Nikki Cross, once again confirmed. There was also a segment earlier that I forgot about, was a package for Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega, both coming soon. Because that's all we get. Coming soon.
They'll be there after Backlash.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what they're waiting for. Mm-hmm. Then Daniel Bryan comes out of the office, says that he has a match with Big Cass at Backlash, which we briefly talked about earlier.
Yep.
We think how that's gonna go. Samoa Joe.
See, I think the opposite for it though. I see DB winning.
He can't. It would make no sense for Daniel Bryan to win over against Big Cass.
Why not?
It's over with Cass. How is Cass gonna lose to DB? This rivalry just started. The only thing that makes sense is what Zell said before, which is Cass winning because of the Miz.
Miz interferes. DB continues to feud with Cass.
Right, and what we know from DB is that he's the underdog that overcomes everything, always overcomes everything. And this would be a way to overcome something. The Miz, who says that Dan Bryan doesn't have it anymore, and Big Cass, who's 7 foot tall.
And you can't teach that.
Yeah, I set myself up for that one.
You shouldn't have paused. Just like you said, shouldn't have paused.
And this match is scheduled for one fall.
Yep, nope, he doesn't pause anymore because Vince told him not to.
Yeah.
Bullshit. But no, I see that going that way a lot more than DB just winning and it being the end of it.
But that's the thing, I don't see it being the end of it. I see DB winning, Cass being pissed, at Backlash, not Backlash, then DB faces The Miz, and Cass costs The Miz the match, not Miz, DB the match against The Miz.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
And then DB saying, I have to handle my small problems.
So then he just goes back to Cass?
No, it would lead to a triple threat match for the Intercontinental title.
Intercontinental title that you think Miz is taking over?
Yep. I think The Miz is going to get it back.
Anyway, this then cut to a Samoa Joe promo saying he's going to win the Intercontinental title, and then he's going to win the Universal title from Roman. Copy and paste with the Samoa Joe promo, still great, but it's starting to get repetitive now. Thank God. Saudi Arabia's coming up, so we can kind of be through with the repetitiveness.
Yeah, especially with Samoa Joe. I was reading an article of why he went to SmackDown.
Because they wanted to keep him away from Roman, because they wanted him to be prominent.
Yep, because Roman is looking to be going for a lengthy push.
Yep.
In a lengthy title run.
Yep.
And they want Samoa Joe far away from that because he deserves more.
Yep.
Right.
So that's why he went to SmackDown, where he's going to be
it's
a top guy
yeah,
on SmackDown
it's
now.
better for Joe, too, because the rivalries that he can pull off in SmackDown with Daniel Bryan, AJ, Shinsuke.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Like, how long has it been since there's been a Samoa Joe AJ Styles match?
Yeah, legit.
I just wish Bobby Roode didn't get drafted.
We'll come back to that eventually.
They'll face off at Survivor Series.
Which then, this leads to... Oh, also, I forgot there was another upload to WWE.com. It was Ty Dillinger calling R-Truth, asking where he was. And he's like, yeah, Truth, it's Ty. Dillinger. Yeah, what's up? I get it. Where are you? And he said, we're in Louisville for SmackDown. R-Truth said he was in St. Louis. And he's like, no, it's too late to get here now. You have to come next week when we're in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Repeat that to me. And he says, all right. And no, I won't see you tomorrow. It's Wednesday. And then Truth hung up.
You know what? It's interesting watching this potential team form. I can see them win the tag team titles.
I wouldn't mind it. I really would.
I absolutely love R-Truth, especially because I actually went back the other day and was watching some of his "My bad, this is on me" segments.
Brings a ladder into the Royal Rumble. My bad.
He climbs it up. He's like, "Where's the briefcase?"
Then I forget who they're like. Truth, it's a Royal Rumble. What? Royal Rumble.
My bad. And then Kane throws him out.
Oh, God. But now we get to our main event, which was booked. AJ Styles and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Tag team match.
Against Shinsuke Nakamura, Rusev, and Aiden English. It was a fun match.
Yeah, it was.
Kind of what you'd expect from the six. Rusev over as hell. Aiden English singing / rapping to the ring. Shinsuke getting new entrance music, which basically is just added a lot more rock to it. And Japanese rapping.
Japanese rapping.
Which Corey Graves said he did this because he was tired of the WWE Universe singing along to his music. Trust you. There will be some weebs that learn it and rap it.
Facts. And you know what's funny about that? Me and Nell were talking. He was like, he got a new theme song? What the hell? Listen to it. He was like, you can't sing to this.
I was so pissed.
And then Corey
I was like,
Graves
how are you supposed to sing to this?
Exactly.
Shit.
But
Like, I don't know Japanese.
I'll figure out. I'll learn Japanese just to sing to it.
it broke down. Shinsuke got the blind tag. Kinshasa Luke Gallows in the back of the head got the victory. AJ finally gets his hands on Shinsuke before the greatest Royal Rumble. And Shinsuke gets the upper hand. Low blows AJ for the 4th week in a row at this point.
Yeah.
AJ gets set up to be Kinshasa, but Carl Anderson, Johnny Gargano-esque, takes the bullet.
Yep.
And AJ Jill tries to recover and crawl over to Anderson, but Shinsuke's like, you know what? I'm going to Kinshasa him again.
You're welcome.
And AJ's just like...
As AJ's watching.
Yes,
yeah.
AJ's like crawling over to him, and you can actually hear AJ like, no, don't do it. And then Anderson catches another Kinshasa. Shinsuke goes up the ramp. And that is our SmackDown leading in to the greatest Royal Rumble. Since Shell isn't here, 205 Live was a gauntlet match to determine who will be facing Cedric Alexander.
Yeah.
Also at the greatest Royal Rumble. It started off with Mustafa Ali and TJP, who had
I want to take
great
guesses
match.
because I unfortunately didn't get to watch it. Mustafa Ali went over.
Mustafa Ali went over after getting almost murdered.
Oh shit.
Then it was Mustafa Ali and Drew Gulak.
Gulag.
I was gonna say Mustafa Ali.
Let him
again.
guess.
I was gonna say Mustafa
was my
Ali.
guess.
Oh,
Mustafa Ali.
Gulak.
Ah.
Gulak went over
Okay.
very viciously, as Gulak has been. And then comes out Tony Nese. Tony Nese brutalizes Drew Gulak.
Gets the victory over him.
Hits him with the running knee in the corner.
Mhm.
Goes to pull him out to pin him, but then he stops and he looks at him and he grabs him by the face and he goes, "You deserve this." And he sets up for another knee. Drew Gulak moves, counters into the Dragon Sleeper. I don't know if he has a name for it. Counters into Dragon Sleeper. Tony Nese is in it for a decent amount of time and then taps out. And then he's pissed at himself.
Damn.
And the last entrant,
Kalisto.
Kalisto.
Yeah.
And we know Kalisto got the
Yeah.
dub.
Yes.
It's going to be Kalisto versus Cedric. I'm
I was
very
surprised.
I thought Buddy Murphy would have been like a surprise.
Yeah, I thought there were gonna be more participants.
Are they
in
saving
this.
it for Backlash?
See,
Possibly.
This is where things get interesting once we go to the predictions for the greatest Royal
I know
Rumble.
you keep telling me this. I'm like, just tell me already. You're like,
Well,
no.
let's get there when we get there.
Yeah.
So with that being the end of SmackDown and 205, because 205 was just the gauntlet with Kalisto winning, we're on to NXT, which honestly, this was a very interesting
Hell yeah.
NXT.
I love
Yeah,
this.
they
I
set up
loved
a
it.
lot of seeds.
All right, so NXT opens up.
Mind you, while we're watching NXT, he goes, "God, I can only imagine how long Raw notes are."
So like, this is my NXT notes. I'm like, what do you do for Raw?
He doesn't physically take notes.
No, I do.
Oh, you started taking notes?
Yeah, I only didn't take notes that first time.
All right, so this is very not like I don't have their entire promo because it was a long
Yeah.
segment. But Undisputed Era comes out.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh,
Really good stuff.
Very
I
good.
jotted down some of the key moments. So the first one who talked was Bobby Fish.
Keep going.
as you strum a guitar.
So Bobby Fish comes out. He talks. Says the entire time they've been out here.
Okay, I'll stop.
Jesus Christ, man.
What? Trying to set the mood.
So the
Oh,
entire.
wait.
Oh my God.
Boom. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you said mood. I was gonna say.
Hold on. Finish it up.
D-R-E-A-M,
Finish it up as they're standing all in the middle of the ring.
Adam Cole, baby!
Okay. Now, Bobby Fish gets the microphone, and pretty much his whole thing was how since day one that they've been here, they've been fed to the wolves. You know, War Games, they were thrown to the wolves. New Orleans, same thing happened. We remain one step ahead of everyone. We
Gimpy.
stand here today dripping in gold.
-1, but he's gimpy, so.
It's okay.
If
It's
his
okay.
knee brace is made out of gold, then it works.
And then cued in Roderick to talk. Says that everyone wants to know why.
Why, Roddy? Why?
Why did I turn against Pete Dunne? He says, for once I did it for me. I made the best decision of my career. I could have won with Pete, but let's be real. How long until he turned on me? All he cares about is this UK championship. This Undisputed Era is different. We can fight together and take over NXT. I thought it was gold because that's when I looked at Eric. I'm like, could you imagine them having a pay-per-view saying
Undisputed
Takeover,
Era?
Undisputed
Undisputed.
Era? Oh my God, that'd be so good. O'Reilly takes the mic next. He says we can't be stopped. This is the era of undisputed. No one can stop us. What was that?
I don't know.
Adam Cole takes it, says we can prove it, and I'm going to defend my title on my own against Oni Lorcan. I won it by myself. I can defend it myself. And he goes, let's be real. I don't need any help beating Oni Lorcan. LOL. I put it in there because everyone laughed. And it says, our time is now, and we are forever here to shock the system.
I do want to say that, oh my god, I always mix him up. Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly.
Mustache?
Fish is mustache. Kyle
O'Reilly is like
O'Reilly,
shaven, plays the
He
guitar.
has, like, serial killer eyes.
O'Reilly?
Yes.
Fish has serial killer eyes. Even though one of them is a lazy eye, like, he looks deadly when he's looking at me.
Like, if you came up to me and you're like, who murdered all these women last night? And he was in the lineup, I would look at him and be like, it might be him.
It's funny, too, because I was actually watching highlights the other day from Ring of Honor. And one popped up for Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole. And holy hell, they beat the living shit out of each other in that match.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell these two have so much chemistry with each other.
Damn. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. There's so much history between everyone that they bring back into NXT.
I know.
Have already wrestled each other.
Yeah.
All right, so next.
Guess you can say that they've been worldwide.
God. Next was Adam Cole versus Oni Lorcan. Some of the key point. Go for it.
Honestly, people sleep on Oni Lorcan.
They do. Oni is really good.
I like Oni a lot.
And he's
too.
from Boston.
Yes. Adam is still taped up because of the what happened to him before. Oni obviously aims at his ribs the entire time.
Oni hits hard.
Yes, and Oni got some big pops during that whole thing. A lot of back and forth with Adam being like with the fans. It was dead even for Oni Lorcan, which I was pleasantly surprised with. Yeah.
Oni.
And then
Oni.
Adam looks like he's about to lose, and then Undisputed Era comes out. O'Reilly distracts the ref, says that, he throws up the X, saying that, he needs medical or, whoever to come out. While the ref is looking at him, Roderick attacks Oni from the back. Adam Cole hits last shot. That's what I heard.
Yeah, he said last shot a couple times, yeah.
So I'm guessing that's the name of his finisher now. So Adam Cole hits last shot, and it's over. The match took about 7 minutes. Undisputed Era destroy Oni while Adam Cole watches in pain at the turnbuckle area. Cueing Danny Burch. He comes out and attacks all of them until Adam Cole hit him with the super kick, and the Undisputed Era ripped them apart, and they stand tall over them.
And now we have a tag team feud going ahead.
Danny and Oni need one more member to this little team to help even out the odds.
You know who's going to come in and help them even out the odds?
Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne, that's right.
See, that's where you're wrong. Because I've heard rumors.
These rumors.
Of there being like a UK thing going on with Mustache Mountain and Tyler Bate.
Yeah, Mustache Mountain. Yep.
Going with Pete Dunne.
That's true too.
Apparently
Trent Seven, right? Mustache.
Yeah, Trent Seven and Tyler Bate are rumored to be facing for the tag titles at
which
some point.
Would probably cue Undisputed Era to get called up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because they've been giving Tyler Bate a lot of shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
What did he do? I think...
The kid's 19. Like,
well,
give him a break.
He's 20 now. Maybe 21. I think he double booked one day or something, or he was just like, no, I don't want to do that. And then he lost the title, and then he lost the rematch, and then he even lost on 205 Live. He lost to Enzo. He lost in the tournament to TJP in the first round. When's the last time he's won?
Yeah, he's on the shit list right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And him and Liv Morgan are possibly a thing.
Alright, so next up, it shows last week what happened with Zelina Vega and Candice LeRae.
Sent them off to Smackdown Live with broken arms or whatever he said.
Yes. Before that, though, I just missed that. There's a vignette of Shayna Baszler. Pretty much the whole point of this vignette was asks, who's going to take this title from me? And that was the end of that whole vignette. Go on.
That was that the backstage segment with
it was just
Dakota
showing...
Kai?
No, I don't think that. No,
that's later on.
It was just a random vignette. It was like their commercial break. It says after that little thing with Zelina Vega and Candice LeRae, it says that next week Candice LeRae will take on Bianca Belair, and a vignette of Bianca Belair shows off, and she says that this right here points to her smallest piece of her hair.
Yeah.
Says that this is a lethal weapon.
It is. Do you hear when she hits girls with that?
I hear it. I'm not really sold on her just yet.
Really?
I'm just not sold on her just yet.
She's only been wrestling for 2-3 years.
I think at this point, like 2 years. Because I think it was last year they were saying like she's been training for a year, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. I need to see more of her and not botching shit up.
One time.
It was a pretty bad botch.
It was very bad.
It was, but that's why I told him. I was like, that was like her really only botch was that.
Well, that's why I said I need to see her more in high-profile matches. Against Candice LeRae next week, I mean, that should be interesting. I need to see what she can do. All right, so next up, tag team match, Heavy Machinery versus...
Playa.
Sabatelli and Moss.
You're not a fan of Sabatelli.
I hate Sabatelli. And not hate him as in, oh, he's doing a good job because he's a heel. No, I can't stand this guy.
Well, apparently you and the rest of the NXT crowd.
Like, oh my god, dude, boring as shit.
I can't stand him.
But, some of the highlights, Heavy Machinery stand on, the best highlight was Heavy Machinery stand on Sabatelli and Moss, and they post.
Yep.
That was awesome. Another one was towards the end. Tino calling for a tag. And then as Riddick goes to tag in Tino jumps down and walks away.
And you just hear Riddick, are you serious?
Riddick pissed off, gets destroyed, Heavy Machinery wins. It was a 5-minute match. Riddick possible face turn, and Tino stays heel. That was just a note for me.
Yeah.
I would like to see Riddick turn face.
Tino's gonna stay heel. I can never see him.
He can't get over. There's no way he's gonna get over.
No, and honestly, I love Riddick. Riddick is. I feel like he's so good and doesn't get enough credit, and he's also been getting dragged down by Tino.
Yeah. So it was an easy win for Heavy Machinery. After the match, they call out War Raiders. They say something about raiding buffets and
taking the
steaks. Yeah, I remember that. They call out War Raiders, ask them if they are man enough to see them face to face, and that they are coming for war. Any thoughts on that?
I think it could be a good match.
It would be.
My opinion is that when these two teams face off, any predictions as to Paul Ellering might come back, manage one of these teams.
I think Paul Ellering would manage War Raiders.
I'm not saying he's coming back for sure, but it would be interesting for him to be with War Raiders.
Because I think what their plans right now are to make War Raiders this heel team.
That's what I'm getting to. I'm getting this heel vibe.
Ellering is so good on the mic. Like, don't get me wrong, War Raiders are great on the mic too, but Paul Ellering is Paul Ellering. He's been doing this for decades.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because at the same time, like, they don't need an Ellering. So it's definitely possible. I'm not saying it's not.
It's the same thing, too, with Raw. They don't really need Paul Heyman.
Brock needs
Paul Heyman. Brock needs Paul Heyman.
And remember, we can say this because he only knows where you live.
I guess that's true.
But he knows where we live.
I swear to God, if anything does happen, I will shut this shit down. But after that, a couple vignettes played. Nikki Cross was the first one.
Yep, they showed all the women. And there's our confirmation that Nikki Cross is stuck in NXT.
I like this, though, because she still's playing this crazy-ass chick. I kind of like that. I want her to do her own thing. I am going to miss her being part of Sanity.
Well, I think that's why they kept her there, because they just took a hit by all these call-ups.
Yeah.
And
they have women right now that are not ready to be
Nikki
anywhere.
Cross has been ready.
Yeah. So Nikki Cross's vignette plays. After that, shortly after that's over, Aaliyah plays.
Yep, they did like 3 back-to-back. It was Nikki Cross, Aaliyah, and the last one was
Kairi Sane.
Sane, yeah.
And that played, all talking about how they're going to take Shayna's belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
After that, we don't get a vignette. We get an interview about Dakota Kai.
I've been waiting to talk about this. Go on.
Asks her how she felt about that whole Shayna thing. What was that all about?
Last week when she just got up and walked out of the
she goes,
meeting.
I don't feel comfortable talking about Shayna. I don't want to talk about it. I understand this is your job. I don't want to talk about it. Shayna walks in. She says, look at me. Look at me. She says, you left home. You chased your dreams. You know, you travel all over the world.
Because she's from New Zealand, right?
Yeah. She goes, You left home, you chased your dreams. How does it feel to know that the reality is a women's division run by me is your worst nightmare? That's your reality. So what did you want to went on?
Give me a minute to
Alright,
get
go.
this out because
Go
this
for
is this is a lot. For the most part, I'm pretty sure this is a fantasy thing for me. I can see them developing this into a long-running story, and by long, I mean it might not even pay off till like December long. One of two ways. Dakota Kai obviously plays off the fear of Shayna Baszler really fucking good.
Yeah. Like you can sense that she's uncomfortable.
Yes. So this could play to the point where either A, somehow somewhere down the line she overcomes her fear and beats Shayna Baszler. Because Dakota Kai's great in the ring.
Yeah.
Or B, the route that I think I would like more is Shayna uses Dakota Kai's fear of her to make her minion. And she makes her interfere in matches. She makes her cost other women matches. She makes her beat other women down. And Dakota Kai is basically doing like how the Big Show did a couple years ago. Like she's like crying throughout, like she doesn't want to do it, but she's doing it because she's terrified.
Right, how Big Show had to do it for the Authority.
And after a while of it, you can see her starting to resist every now and again, little by little, and then she finally just has the moment where she snaps. And she fights back on Shayna, they have a title match, and Dakota Kai eventually captures the NXT Women's Championship. I don't see that happening, but if they booked that, it would be great.
That's very possible. Go on.
I love Dakota Kai. Like, she might be New Bay, depending on how things play out. No, Candice LeRae,
I got dibs.
Kyrie's my Bay.
Kyrie's
Because I
love Kyrie.
I love pirates, and Kyrie
He also
is adorable.
loves Japanese women.
I love pirates. I'm obsessed with pirates. Go on.
But Dakota Kai, I love her, and I feel. But what I fear is they're gonna turn her into the next Bailey, where Bailey's gonna be so over with the crowd, but isn't getting anything out of it.
I could see that.
Well, if you think about it, she's in NXT. If she's the next Bailey in NXT, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but there's only a matter of time before she gets called up to the main roster. And I don't want to see her become the next Bailey when she ultimately ends up coming up. Because it's bound to happen.
Once upon a time, Bailey was supposed to be the next John Cena of the women's division.
And then they booked that awfully.
Yeah. And that's what I feel like their plans are with Dakota Kai, is making her that next Bailey, that next I love everybody type thing.
Yeah. Alright, so after that, we get a little thing that says, coming up tonight, Gargano takes on Black.
Yep.
So, talk about that after. We get a vignette of Kona Reeves.
Next week.
God.
I am so sick of this.
This is the second week.
It's been too
and I'm
much.
already sick of it.
Clearly he's coming as a heel, and if you're sick of it, he's doing his job.
Mara Ronaldo that there's 3 more potential talent to test Shayna Baszler.
Mm-hmm.
Lacey Evans shows, Vanessa Bourne shows, and Candice LeRae shows.
Surprised you didn't jump on the Vanessa Bourne bandwagon.
I think I'm jumping
love her.
on that right now.
I love Vanessa Bourne.
I think I'm jumping on Vanessa.
Is that NXT bae?
I don't know. I haven't got one yet, but we shall see.
He's over here shopping.
I'm shopping.
Window shopping.
After all those vignettes show, Mauro Ranallo says that TM61 will take on Street Profits next week.
Yep.
As well as Pete Dunne takes on Roderick Strong next week.
Yep.
Those are the 3 matches from what I saw that's going to happen next week. So it should be a good week. Queuing Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black for the NXT Championship.
Here we go.
Johnny Gargano comes out. Ciampa comes right after him during the entrance and beats the hell out of Johnny. Says, "You're never going to get rid of me." Johnny fights back. Tommaso low blows Johnny.
He got the Shinsuke.
Fans chant, "You tapped out." Ciampa does a knee strike. I don't know what it's called. Eric looked it up and said that all it's called is a high knee strike.
Yeah, so it's just a high knee.
Ciampa used his high knee strike to Johnny onto the Sidetron, which looked devastating. Does his weird finisher. I forget what it's called.
Air Raid Crash, I think it is.
Air Raid Crash. It looks like one of Sheamus's finisher.
Yeah.
But he does his Air Raid Crash on top of this conveniently set up table that was holding on to a couple of wires. Ciampa stands tall. Johnny gets put on a stretcher. You can hear Candice LeRae selling it really well. Tears in her eyes and everything. As Johnny gets all through the back area, there's a cameraman following him. An interesting note, you see Aleister Black looking at him as he gets carried away, and he looks pissed off. And
And he played that very well.
Yeah. Cassius Ono was there too, helping Johnny get put into the ambulance.
Yep.
So the ambulance leaves, and there's a guy on top of this really tall, really long trailer, and it's Ciampa waving goodbye.
This feud isn't over.
Aleister Black comes out.
This is why he played it well too. He walked out furious, like fans were holding their hands out, and he just walked right by them
Had
and
his
grabbed the
eye
microphone.
taped up and everything.
Yep.
Yeah. So Aleister Black comes out to no music, takes the microphone, about to put some insane promo on Tommaso Ciampa. Says, Tommaso Ciampa, by eliminating my competition, you, and then Sanity comes in.
Which it's most likely that this is their goodbye.
It's there to goodbye.
Because EY never got a title match.
Yeah. Eric Young takes the microphone and says, Johnny provided hope. Chaos took away that. Under the chaos, you will find greatness. And within the chaos, you will find sanity. And then he says something about chaos and goes Black, and Black says, are you looking for this? Then let's do this.
Cuts him off, says, I don't want to play your games.
Right, and the fans went apeshit for it. Black versus Young for the NXT title. Very good technical match. Key points where Wolf comes in and gets knocked away, giving momentum back to Eric, because Aleister Black was beating the shit out of Eric Young.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander Wolf comes in, and then Aleister Black hits him away, so it wasn't disqualified or anything like that because he didn't get his hands on him.
Yeah.
Back and forth, Black hit Young with a really high knee that you can hear like the smack. It was a good spot. He did a springboard backflip moonsault by Black onto Eric Young. I don't know if you saw that, but they gave it a name. I forget what the name was. But it was an insane move by Aleister. He did a rolling crucifix into a modified octopus hold on Eric Young. That was crazy. Young reversed it into what I heard a belly bomb. I asked Eric, I'm like, well, what did you just hear? He was like, belly something.
I heard I didn't hear belly. I heard something bomb.
It looked like he turned that octopus hold into a neck breaker. That's what I wrote. But they were fighting outside where the ropes are, and Young slips through Black's legs. He slides underneath, turns around, Black Mass. Winner, 1, 2, 3. Alexander comes in, Black Mass. Dane comes in, lifts up Aleister. Aleister runs away, gives him Black Mass. All three members, as Mauro Ranallo says, a trifecta of Black Mass. It ended in 13 minutes, and I wrote that Sanity now fades to BLUE, blue, to SmackDown Live.
I hate you.
But that was the end of NXT, which I thought won this week of shows.
Of course.
Because it was so entertaining.
Yes.
Better than last. Last week was such a... I didn't care for
No,
last week.
last week was good. It was the week before.
Last week was okay, too, because Lars and Killian killed last week. I saw that chair match.
Oh my God.
It was so good.
It was.
But this NXT is right back to where they need to be.
Yeah. NXT will always win at the end of the day, except for after WrestleMania.
Except for after any takeover.
Yeah. You want to pass me my phone so I can get Shelby's predictions?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Do you want to pause this and make this a separate video? Or do you want to add this all together?
I mean, we're actually only at an hour.
Damn, we're doing
Yeah,
better.
we're doing good. We're making this work. So
this
thanks,
is,
guys.
This is an extended episode, then.
Yes, because we're actually going to make predictions for
Saudi.
the greatest Royal Rumble, which I didn't think we were doing.
Oh, we have to.
Which, also, I'm going to make a little caveat for next week. You all need to tune in to Nel cutting a promo on Roman Reigns.
You son of a bitch.
Yes.
Because these two made a bet that the Velveteen Dream was or wasn't going to get called up. And if Eric lost, he had to cut a promo saying everything that's great about Roman Reigns.
I was not
If
expecting this.
Nelson lost, he had to cut a promo on everything that's awful about Roman Reigns, and Nelson lost.
Which Nelson should... This should be a cakewalk for Nelson, because he has so much notes on the shit I say about Roman.
Shut up.
So, do you want to do it now, or do you
No,
want to
we'll
wait?
give him next week, because next week we have to make our Backlash predictions.
Yeah.
This is true.
So it'll be a little intro, because our punishment for Backlash will be cutting a promo on our favorite active, and then a promo on our favorite inactive wrestler.
So what is the punishment for Saudi Arabia?
Should we even have a punishment for Saudi Arabia?
should.
It's so, like, I was not even planned.
We should, because this card, I believe, is the most unpredictable card. Because I think that there's a lot of matches that you can seriously think about that can go either way.
It's true. Do you want a really awful punishment?
What is it?
Whoever loses, whoever comes in last,
Last.
gets one chop to the chest from each winner.
Deal.
He's been getting chops from me
Wait,
for 2
if
weeks.
Shelby loses, we're gonna chop her in the chest?
This is between us three.
Us three? Okay.
We can chop her above the tits.
No, this is between
Just
us
because
three.
you want to fill her up.
This is on recording, sir.
You better not cut this out, because you didn't cut out my address.
He forgot. I live with him. I will remind him to cut
Maybe you
this
should have
out.
just played it off better.
So
I'm going to start with the non-title matches,
Holy shit.
and then we'll get into the
Holy
title
shit.
matches. How does that sound?
Alright, well, that sounds good.
Alright, starting with The Undertaker versus Rusev in a casket match. I'm going to look at you, Nell. Who do you have and why?
I'm torn again. I haven't even started, I'm already torn. Only because John Cena is in the same arena as The Undertaker. And I can see John Cena screwing The Undertaker, setting up a match for WrestleMania next year. As Undertaker comes out in his casket like he usually does and all that good stuff. I think it's going to be The Undertaker. I really don't want to get chopped.
Because we're not holding anything back.
I think you two are going to pick Taker, so I mean... Shit, let me think real quick.
Oh my god, you don't have time to think.
I can think as long as I want to, damn it.
No, you can't. We're on a time constraint here.
Eric, who do you got?
what?
Who do you got?
You go first.
Why can't you just say it?
Because I asked you first.
Alright, the winner of that match is going to be Rusev.
That's the loudest you've ever been on this podcast.
Rusev will win that match because of interference by John Cena.
Eric?
I got Taker.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's why. Because I know if I said Taker, he's gonna be like, okay, I take Taker then, because he doesn't want to
No,
get
fuck
chopped.
you. Fuck you. I'm picking Rusev.
No, you're picking.
I'm
Rusev.
picking Rusev. Yes, I'll stick with the pick.
So the reason I'm going with Taker is because if you think about it, they are slowly doing to Rusev what they did to DB, where they just continued to refuse to push him no matter how much the crowd wanted it, until the crowd literally pushed him to that point.
If both of y'all take Taker and Rusev somehow manages to win this, oh my god.
Who does Shelby have?
Shelby's pick is also Taker.
So Taker for Eric. Who do you have?
My pick is also Taker.
Okay.
For the fact that I think if they go to Saudi Arabia, the people are going to want to see The Undertaker win more than Rusev, because Saudi Arabia is going to be weird. I think Saudi Arabia is going to be... You remember how they used to say we're in Bizarro Land when they went to Canada?
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia is going to be Bizarro Land.
Yeah. So take across the board except for Nel.
Yep. Next match that isn't a title match, and only other match that is... Oh, minus the Rumble. John Cena versus Triple H. We haven't seen these two fight one-on-one in a very long time.
We haven't.
I am going to give this match to Big Match John, because Triple H is kind of set into the role of putting everyone else over.
Cena. Okay. Eric?
But that's the thing. Cena doesn't have to be put over.
Cena doesn't have to be put over, but I still think they're building to this Cena Taker match next year. So I see them both coming out on
that's
top.
why I
But
see...
who do you have? You have Cena, though?
I have Cena.
You have Cena?
See, that's why I have Triple H.
Triple H.
You think the opposite of him? You think Taker's going to interfere in Cena's match?
I feel like there's going to be a dung that goes off.
But the thing is,
But
Taker whomped Cena in 3 minutes. What would Taker have to do to John Cena? Why
hey,
would he?
whatever. He said Triple H. I'm picking John Cena.
Shelby also has Triple H.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm taking John Cena to win this one.
Probably keep track of all this.
I'm keeping track right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Word.
And then you can just copy my notes.
Yeah. Damn. That was a remote.
And Shelby took Triple H, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
We're split on the
Next
Cena
one,
trips.
Eric, you're going first on this one.
Next one, Eric. The Cruiserweight Championship match. Cedric Alexander
Perfect!
versus Kalisto. Who do you got and why?
See, I have Cedric retaining the title, but it being a no contest finish.
But
think
Cedric
Buddy
wins
Murphy?
with the title.
Buddy Murphy's getting involved.
But regardless, Cedric keeps
Cedric
the title.
is keeping the title, but for a bonus point, Buddy Murphy is...
There's no bonus points here.
No, there's bonus points.
Well, is your call Cedric wins or no contest?
No contest.
His call's no contest.
Because
So no one wins.
No one wins.
No one wins.
Because
okay.
of Buddy Murphy, and then Buddy Murphy is gonna make weight, and they're gonna have a triple threat match.
Okay. Who do you... You want me to go next?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Cedric because it's Cedric. And Kalisto already had his moment. I don't think Kalisto's going to win. Cedric is going to wow Saudi Arabia with his moves, and so will Kalisto. They might win that whole show.
They could. They have the potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say Cedric wins. I think after the match, Murphy might show up or someone might show up. But
I agree with you there. I agree that Cedric wins, whether he win by just winning or he wins because Buddy Murphy attacks him in the middle of the match.
See, that's why I think it's otherwise, because he was exempt from the gauntlet because he didn't make weight.
right. But you said no one, correct?
No winner.
Yeah, he said no contest.
Next one?
I agree with Cedric.
I'll
though.
go first in this next one.
Next
Shelby
one.
picked Cedric as well.
Cedric as well. Okay.
The Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos. Nell, who do you have and why?
Easy. Bludgeon Brothers win. I mean, I'm sorry. They just win. They're not going to drop the title to Usos that quickly.
See, my heart is with the Usos, but I'm not following my heart.
Because he doesn't want to get chopped.
Brothers.
It's the Bludgeon Brothers.
Bludgeon Brothers, I mean...
And Shelby has the Usos.
Oh, wow, you poor girl. She followed her heart.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if other people followed their
Well,
heart.
she almost followed her heart.
I followed my heart with Rusev.
She almost followed her heart because she put a crying face next to Cedric.
Aw.
Because she loves Kalisto.
Yeah. So next,
You
the
go first this
Woken
time.
family. That's what I'm calling them. The Woken family versus the
Wokens
Bar.
Versus the Bar. Who do you got?
The Wokens. The Bar is going to stay on SmackDown. They're going to run with this Bray and Matt thing for I don't know how long. I really do want them to include Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Don't know if they will.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the Woken family.
Yeah. I give it to the Wokens as well.
Me too, I agree.
Woken family.
Woken family.
Shelby went with Wokens too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Wokens across the board.
All across the board. All right, next match. For the United States Championship, Jeff Hardy versus Jinder Mahal. Who does Shelby have and why?
She has Jeff. Because Jeff.
Who do you have?
That's where it's tough.
Who do you have? This is tough. No, we asked who do you have, damn it.
Because I see Jinder winning the title back and bringing it to Raw. I see the Intercontinental title going to SmackDown. But I'm going to go with Jeff.
Hardy.
Yeah, I'm agreed with Hardy on this. Hardy's keeping it. They're running with it on SmackDown.
So, back at WrestleMania, I said, let me explain to you
Oh boy.
why a certain someone's gonna win. And you were like, you're gonna pick
He's
Jinder,
going
aren't
with
you,
Jinder.
Squidward?
So say it again and I'll follow up with you.
Let me explain to you who I think is gonna win.
Oh,
Why
you're
is
gonna
Jinder
pick
winning
Jinder,
this?
aren't you?
Absolutely not. I'm picking Hardy.
You're an asshole.
Fuck that.
Next match.
Wait, hold on. Cause it's in Saudi Arabia, and they're right next to India.
They're enemies.
They are? I don't really know that shit. They're enemies? Okay, then he's gonna get booed the shit out of me.
Next, the Intercontinental Championship, a ladder match. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe versus The Miz. Nell, who do you have? And why?
Seth Rollins.
Agreed.
I don't see him losing. I feel bad. Finn, I don't feel bad for. I truly, truly believe Finn's going to win Money in the Bank. I think that's his ultimate goal, to eventually go over to SmackDown. The Miz wouldn't make sense because he would bring that over with Big Cass and Daniel Bryan, but then where would that leave, like, Randy and all them, like, if Jinder were to win, you know what I mean? That wouldn't make any sense. And that's the same thing goes with Joe. Joe is too much into this. He's too much up Roman's ass right now. And then after Roman, I think I see him going into, like, kind of like the mid-card title or even possibly above that.
Upper
Who,
mid card
Joe?
for a while.
Joe.
He's getting skyrocketed to the main event.
I can see him with like an upper mid card program for like a month for the pay per view and then into the title.
Because I don't
picture.
see him taking on Shinsuke or AJ as
Immediately.
of right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it a month and then he'll be right up.
Yeah. So who did I pick? I'm sorry, I didn't even write down. Rollins.
Seth.
So that's right.
I also picked Seth.
He's sore.
It's gonna be Seth.
Seth.
Cause I have to, this one. I'm going with my heart because of Seth. But yeah, it's gonna be Seth. I don't see them giving it to Balor. I feel Balor's going to the main event after this, assuming that Brock is no longer champion. But yeah,
Shelby?
Seth.
Okay.
All right, now, this is a tough one. The WWE Championship, AJ Styles versus Nutshot Shinsuke Nakamura.
And the person that wins is Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't want it to be Shinsuke. I think AJ should win. just to build onto this feud. But you can't have Shinsuke lose again.
See, I also have Shinsuke for this. I have Shinsuke. Actually, I'm switching it up.
AJ?
It's going to be AJ.
AJ Styles, okay.
I see a ref bump happening, and then AJ getting revenge. Low blow.
Who you got?
What does Shelby have?
He doesn't want to say, yeah.
Shelby as AJ.
AJ, so 2 AJ, 1 Shinsuke. Zell?
I'm going with my heart.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
Okay, so Styles across the board except for me.
Then we have, which we'll let you go last on this because you're going to have the most to say about it.
Okay.
The steel cage match for the Universal title. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Eric, who do you have and why?
Roman Reigns. Because of Lesnar is only slated to make 8 appearances going forward with his new contract. Which is 4 Raws before the big main event. Big pay-per-view, I mean. So, if that's the case, I don't see them giving it to Lesnar again. And, like you said, and multiple people have mentioned the reason that they would drop it to Roman at Saudi Arabia is because he would be more over there than he would be here in the States. And Lesnar losing that title is great for everybody because then everybody will start to get an opportunity at this title.
And that title would be a little bit more prestigious because they'll see the title
Exactly.
every single week.
I also agree that it's Roman for the same reason. Shelby...
Lesnar.
Nell, you have Roman. I'm sure you have more reasons than we do, so please go on with them.
Okay. Last minute decision when I was thinking about this last night. I don't want it to be this, but I fear that it is going to be this because it's WWE, and I'm tired of being disappointed. Lesnar is going to win. I think he just demolishes Roman Reigns. Honestly, I don't. It's to the point where I don't even want Roman to win anymore because I know what they're going to do with it. They have this plan that Lesnar's going to break, even though it's not the same. But they don't want his name to have #1 in anything. So the longest reigning champion would be Brock Lesnar, not CM Punk, when it comes to the big belt in WWE. I think Brock Lesnar drops the belt at SummerSlam around the time where he goes to offer his UFC fight. Maybe to Lashley, I don't know, nor do I care anymore.
That also means we're not going to see that belt for May.
All right, but then this second thing happened when I was thinking about it was if Roman does win, Joe is gonna lose clean to Roman at Backlash.
Yep.
Why?
Either way, I think they're putting Roman over. At Backlash, I mean. Either way.
Because Joe is on SmackDown. Joe has way more ahead of him now.
See, I want to pick Roman, but there's something in me. This is like the Jinder Mahal pick. There's something in me that says Brock Lesnar is going to win this match.
Okay.
But
And now, the last and the toughest pick. Who's gonna win the 50-man Royal Rumble? Nelson,
give
tell
this
us.
one to Shelby first. What did she say? What does WWE stand for?
World Wrestling Entertainment?
That's my shtick. Don't you steal my jokes.
Ha!
Ooh, I can't wait to chop the shit out of you.
But no. Shelby says Elias.
Elias. Okay.
That's Shelby's pick.
What do you think, Eric?
This is so freaking hard.
I have a pick.
I have a pick too.
Because it makes sense to me.
This is difficult too because we don't know everybody that's in it.
Everyone's in it. The only people that are not in it are legends that are retired.
No, there are legends that are retired in it, except for one.
Stone Cold?
Shawn Michaels.
Stone Cold's not in this.
Oh, we don't know. I haven't heard anything about Stone Cold. But they offered Shawn Michaels and he said no.
Do you want me to take over?
Yeah, I need to go. I need time.
Do you already know who you're getting?
Yes.
I think we're thinking the same thing.
Are we thinking the same thing?
On a count of 3.
Can we do the thing at the same time?
What thing at the same time?
His thing.
What thing?
You know.
Adam
you just
Cole's
have to.
thing?
No. What? What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're
lost
picking
me.
Adam Cole?
No! I was saying, what thing are you trying to do?
You know.
Count to 3 and then say what it is.
Yeah. Oh my lord, we're so not on the same
All
page.
right, 1, 2, 3.
Bro!
Hell yes.
That's
Hell
what I
yes.
was talking about.
Oh, okay. You lost me.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Fuck.
You better not fucking steal our pick.
Braun.
Eric.
Braun.
Eric. No, that's bullshit. Who did you have beforehand? Who did you think?
I've been torn.
On who?
Because I've been torn on multiple people, because even if you have a match that day, you can enter into the Rumble, they said. So, which means...
It could be Roman.
Oh, Roman's gonna get the trophy?
Why not? He lost the belt, in my opinion. Or let's say Lesnar loses and he wins the trophy.
No. You think Lesnar's gonna do double duty in a night? Come on. Get real.
Yeah.
He's like, my contract says better. Because I wasn't even thinking...
Don't pick Braun. Pick someone else.
I wasn't thinking of
make it
Braun at the
interesting.
time, but I might go with Lashley.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Bobby Lashley on this one.
Oh, damn. I like that. I did not think of Lashley.
You didn't?
No.
I thought of
completely
a
forgot about
lot of people.
Was Lashley one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Braun just makes the most sense to me.
I picked Braun only because, I don't know, I would like to see a big guy like that win the trophy. Who did Shelby have again? Elias, right?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a stretch.
She's not here to bash her, so...
No, I'm just saying that's a stretch.
Is it
Elias
though?
winning. Elias would win by walking into the ring with his guitar, and everyone would eliminate themselves.
So, what is everyone's schedule on Monday?
Oh.
For the after show, right?
And the punishment.
Ah, okay.
Well,
Monday, Monday
at
I'm
the very-
open. I don't start work until
Yeah.
like May,
Yeah.
middle of May.
And as of today, I have news for you.
Oh God, you didn't tell me this.
I didn't tell you this yet. But yeah, so Monday I'll definitely be free until at least 10:30 at night.
You just get worried.
I actually have a meeting at 4. But I'm
On
free.
Monday?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm concerned.
Don't be concerned.
Tell the world, sir. What did you do?
This is how we'll end it. So that way gives them some things to look forward to.
I'm taking a leave of absence.
End it. End it.
What do you mean leave of absence? Wait, no, now I'm just confused. There's a whole lot of confusion. You can't sign off the podcast like that.
Thank you guys so much.
I just said you can't do that.
So much. Denzel is a little lost, but that's okay.
I know.
We'll see you
We're not
guys
doing this. We're going to
next
talk about
time.
this.
Have a good one.
No, we're not having a good
And
one.
I'm not
We're
leaving
gonna
the
talk about
podcast.
this. We are going to talk about this, and we're going to see what is going on here, because I am not doing this.
End the podcast.
I'm not leaving the podcast. I'm not leaving this.
Ah!